And boom, 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 boom. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another Monday edition of Makers and Movers podcast. I am your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? Did you have a great weekend? We'll talk all about our weekend and this coming week and how things are going. And today's topic, making merry, not mistakes, because this is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. I don't even think that was the right tune, right? Yeah, but it can be stressful. So we're going to talk, about that today. Um, Recap on some stuff. First time here, long time here. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what the weather is like in the area. It's chilly, so we got to do the tropical vibe Celsius. AG1, I'm still looking for you to send us some samples and sponsor us. Just saying. Now, for everybody else, I need you to do that. If you're watching replay, team replay in there. Like, subscribe, share, do all that. And five things. What are five things that you were going to accomplish today? Orders. Like, we got a buttload of orders. We started the sale. It is rocking and rolling. We're doing our best to going to get everything out, within that one day. But hey, that's why we have 1 to 3 days, because it could get wild. And thank you for that, for those orders. Help, keep the lights and mics on. That very, very, very nice. The the stuff I want to talk about. We had a big week last week. If you are in the mentorship community or in the Hall of Fame, you got first crack at the new wizard. And so if you got that, download it, do that. Make sure if you're having any issues to hit the contact form and go in and submit them all there so that we can have it. Things go well. I've got meetings today to go over that. And that's, kind of our five things. I need five things. Five things that you're going to do today. I'm all there. Orders, orders, orders. We have meetings on Wizard. We have meetings on sales. I have two stores that need to get done. And then to top it all off, tonight we're going to see Wicked. So, not a bad way to end the birthday weekend. So, for all those that did wish me happy birthday, thank you very much for that. I did not reply to everybody. I tried to. I still may between there, but man, there's a lot. So I think I got a lot of them there. So thank you again for that. Said Wizard came out. Sales over the weekend. Nice. Rhinestones. Man, you guys did a good deal of the Rhinestones. People are like, oh, we need to see some of these in action. So I think we'll have to do that. Uh, Tomorrow, Tuesday with Todd, there's a chance that Wizard could launch for everybody. If it doesn't launch by Wednesday, it will not launch to the first. I straight up with everybody on that. And the main reason being is that you got to think next week. Monday, Tuesday, full days. Wednesday, and this is the company as a whole on TRW. Wednesday before Thanksgiving is a half day. No staff on Thursday, no staff on Friday, no staff on Saturday, no staff on Sunday. So if we launch a software and say, hey, in 2.5 days, we're not going to be here to help you, kind of sucks. So if we can't get it out by Wednesday of this week, it'll be December 1st is when we'll go ahead and drop that. Probably maybe December 2nd. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that Tuesday. So right in there with it. We'll get it out to everybody. We'll keep you updated. But so far, great. I'm hearing great things back from it. Um, yeah, it's wild, wild, wild. And Mr. Vassallo just sent me a message. So I'll add that to my list of messages today to get back to. So let's check in. Let's see how people are doing. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the weekend. Great weekend. Friday night, Friday was birthday. Friday, I was out of the office way longer than what I thought of. I burnt the hell out of my hands because it was, hey, come help us pop popcorn for PTA. And I'm always down for helping the kids, right? The popcorn popper they got is like one of those little baby ones. In fact, I just threw one out. Had I, like probably 2 weeks ago, I probably should have said, "Hey, here's another one." But it broke, and so I had to hold up the popcorn popper as it's spinning around there, and it just singed the hell out of my hand. So what we thought was just gonna be like, "Oh, here's an hour making popcorn." We made. I didn't want to say it was like close to 300 bags of popcorn. It was ridiculous. You can only pop popcorn so fast, but the kids had a ball with it. Everybody had fun, and it was a nightmare to do. I got to tell some people no. It's like, listen, you were supposed to have your order in this morning of here's what you need for your class. You cannot come in here while we're popping and say, hey, I need 10 bags. No, you don't. You can't come in here and say, hey, I forgot. I got busy into this because it doesn't work with your students, right? I forgot to do my homework. Sorry, that's an F. lead by example, folks. So I may have upset some people, but some of the other people are like, "Oh, you stood up to him?" Like, yeah, whatever. So that was fun. And then it turned into, patio night. People showed up and I don't think the last one left till after my birthday. So it was a good, nice weekend of that. Got some more stuff done. Got one cams, I think, is 100% dialed in now. Still little quirks with new stuff. So look for us going live, most likely on TikTok or Instagram as we're running and testing new stuff off. If you were on there, you got to see that over the weekend. So you'll get the full update tomorrow, Tuesday with Todd, what's going on with cams machines and how that's working out. So you'll make sure you want to tune in tomorrow night for that. And yesterday, hey, the Bears gave me another heart attack. Love football, love that. Thank you, Eagles. You took care of what you need to, and at the end of the day, Bears, all in there, right there on it. Boom, 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 rock and rolling, ready to go. I am down with that first place. Just take a screen cap of it, put it forever because hey, first place in November. Say what you say about the schedule, you still got to win them. So there's that. And then today, dropping, pulling orders, rock and roll with that. And then tonight, Wicked. So I'm gonna say all in all, not a bad 4 days with it. Linda checking in this morning. That's what I said. Let's go into check in. Linda, 73, cloudy, Central Texas, iced tea in the cup, 5 things, edit photos, sublimate coffee cups, invoicing, press shirts, organize order. Linda has got a busy day. David, thank you so much for becoming a member. Gabriella, good morning to you. Uni, good morning. Connie, good morning. Connie, did you get my message? Yeah, I'm not ignoring you, Connie. Promise. Hey, I can tell you right now that there's probably over 1,000 notifications on my YouTube, on our Facebook between everything that comes in. So I had to put that out there on Friday, Saturday because somebody emailed pissed, like absolutely pissed, like you're not answering my questions on this. And then I went to actually find the message because especially on Friday, Friday was horrible from all the messages that came in from birthday. And it was a total tech question that they were told to go fill out the form and they would be answered in order, and they didn't. They wanted to go direct, and that's where I'm like, you got to do this. It's got to do this. Got to do this. Good morning, Jerry. Sharon, good morning to you. Mama D, good morning to you. Gabriella, learning how to make dog collars with paracord. Ooh, are you braiding them? Like I had to do that, so you knew that meant braid. Oh, Renee, good morning. 35 on the way to 53. I know. Water in the bottle and tea seeping was out of town for a funeral, so I'm playing catch up on my list. The Bears won. I'll take that. I'll take that. And today, Bling Book pages are on sale. So if you just right click, copy, paste this, they're half off. Black, white, gray. Go there, get those today. I'm telling you, it doesn't go live until 9 o'clock, but people check to see if they were on there. And right now, as I'm looking, there's 137 have sold so far. So thank you so much for that. Go get your Bling Book pages on, folks, today, because it will not be a better deal during Black Friday. I will tell you that. Michael, good morning to you. Annette, good morning to you. Audrey, good morning to you. Another Annette, good morning to you. Bling out, not drinking anything yet. We got plenty of time. Made keychains, dog handlers, very nice. Connie, 5 things, embroidery, sewing, cheer team orders, fundraising, posting on social media. There we go. That's a busy day, Connie. I love it. Michael's got 49 there, 46 there in Lincoln, Nebraska, just on the other side of the state from us. Hello, all from Jerry. Mock-ups, adding product websites, ordering lots of products for our show this weekend. Woo! Bring it on. Jerry's watching on both groups. There we go. Can we get the extra licenses if it doesn't launch by Wednesday? Yes, Keith. We'll get that. That's today. We're talking about how the best way to handle that type of thing. One of the big issues that we're running into is because it's a subscription service, you need to be selecting the frequency at the bottom, where if you need to select monthly on that. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to let you purchase for this month, and then next month, it's not going to do anything for you. So the best way is to go in there and do you have to do that. So next month, if you did it the other way, it's going to stop. You need to go back in there and purchase it on the monthly. We're seeing if we can go in and switch it, but it's really, really finicky on the back end, and we're trying not to break it. Jeff, morning all, 40 and sunny there in Northern Kentucky. Cup already empty, 5 things. Already packed a few orders and put in the mailbox. 3D print, vinyl print, test more UV, make a delivery. Very good for you, Jeff. Kathy, good morning to you. Angel, hi, nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you as well, Angel. Jerry, hi, Renee. I don't see you because on the other one, Jerry. Jerry's watching a mobile. This one I can see, and that's Renee's on this one. This was portrait. This is landscape. I can see which one Jerry's on. She's on portrait. She's this way. Tim's on portraits too. Good morning at church. Just hitting here though. I was gonna say Monday church. That's something new. Yeah, right. Woo! Bears, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Barb, good morning, North Central Minnesota, 25 and sunny. Water in the cup, five things. Software, TRW wizard, woo. Invoicing, sewing alterations, DTF, cut rhinestone flock. Love it, love it, love it. I'm fine. I'm a patient person. I didn't want you to think, we've been friends for a long time. I don't want people to think that I'm ignoring them. And then it goes from there. Uh, Jeff, I don't see you either. They're on the other one. Jerry, they're on the other one. They can. That's why you have this. It's on one of these sides. One of these sides has a chat that you can see on it. Bob, good morning to you. Boyd, good morning, everyone to you. Yes, the American Nuts. It's something that I can watch, but it's something that I haven't done yet. Between that and forging, I told Corey and I yesterday talked about, planning, like in case, first of the year, setting our goals for next year, what we're doing and how we do it. And there's stuff where I'm like, these are the type of things that I would do if I didn't have to work all the time. It's like I'd get into forging. I'd do more things outside. Here's things I want, and yeah, just go with it. Hey, that you did order yours early, 7 a.m. Because I was like, here, we'll put it on there for it. I see it right here, 37 of them, 30 black, 5 gray, 2 white. Boom, boom. Got it. See, I got you right there. Leisha, good morning to you. I had a huge craft show this Saturday. So many Christmas shirts and school spirit. The lady loved the bling. I love hearing that. I love hearing that. Just when everybody has a successful show, and even when we've had unsuccessful shows, we've made successful connections. So I always look for that with it too. Rusleen, good morning to you. Uh, yep, I wanted to ask about that with more than one license. So you get two with the initial purchase, and then you'll be able to purchase an additional two for 100. So you need four, pay 200 for that, and that's what we're discussing today on how we can make that work for it. Yeah, I did. I did that, and I sent an email to my team. Love it, love it, love it. If we have to decide to stick for knife, can we still get extra licenses? Yeah, because you can because on five, if you have to do five, the extra licenses for five is you have to buy another five. So if you're on five and you have two licenses and you need two more, you need to buy another copy of five. That's how that works. And that's why going forward with the subscription is like, here, this is how we can do it. You can in for this and you can buy the extra one there. So if you need extra ones on five, you do have to purchase the whole five. No, that's the thing. So you'll have your initial 29.99, and then if you had 100 licenses, you're still 29.99 on it because I didn't want to have to go that route with it, and that's how we're making it work. It'll be a separate product. We'll be able to add it in there, and you'll just have that one. So, you get the two that come with it, but if you have 10, you're still at the 29.99. Must not add cheating refs. Still. No, we tried to lose it again in the fourth quarter. That's what we do. That's what we do. It's a bear. Now Jerry's back. Jerry's this way now. I see it. Yeah, already purchased it. So yeah, we're working on that, and that's in the discussions today. So as soon as we can make that product available, we'll let everybody know. Of course, Hall of Fame will get first know of everything there. Let's see. I'm the one who has been TRW in Bradenton, also lives in 1 hour from Illinois. Look at that. Look at that. Right around the corner from us. I did too. I haven't installed it yet, but messed up my order. Didn't select monthly, and it was wild till it was visible on the webpage. Yeah, because it does take a little to process, but we'll get that all figured out so that way we can get it in there. How long is the extra license? I had to buy a new, and once we go to subscription, and it's at 29 on that for 2026 subscription service, that'll always be the deal. Is it's two extra licenses for 100. So only on the new one and current, not for five or anything like that. So what do you say we go ahead and get into it today? Keep your information coming, your questions, and let's go because today we're talking about making merry and not mistakes. You know, we know that we're running a small business and this can be the most stressful time of the year. And why is that? Well, orders are piling up, inboxes are exploding, and every mistake feels bigger when the deadlines are tighter. It is so easy to get caught in the chaos and forget why you started doing this in the first place. Truth is, your customers don't just want their orders fast, they want them done right. When rush hits, quality communication matter more than ever. One good system, a few small habits, it can save you hours of rework, stress, and panic. So today, we're going to talk about how to make it merry, not mistakes. 5 ways that we can protect your quality, your sanity, and your holiday spirit when you're buried in blanks and the machines are buzzing away. Slow, slow. So number one is let's slow down to speed up. What does this mean? Well, when things get busy, what are your instincts telling you to do? That you need to move faster, right? But speed without structure leads to errors, and nothing will slow you down more than having to redo work. So taking, a few extra seconds to double check a name, a design, or blank can really save hours later. Um, I'm gonna have to turn off all my notifications. Like my phone is blowing up with people asking me questions right now. Renee, I'll get you your stuff on that. But there's like bing, 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 bing. I'm like, I gotta stop this. Then I gotta tell people, hey, I'm doing this during that. Don't ask questions. Team, team, team. I'm looking at you. Uh, Now, many makers are gonna rush because they're afraid of falling behind. But slowing down, it's not about doing less. It's just about doing smarter. That consistency. We talked about this before. Consistency beats chaos every single time. If you take the time to verify each step for press and go, you'll move through your workload way smoother with way fewer do-overs. Just remember that accuracy is efficiency. Every mistake avoided is one more order that you don't have to redo. For us, I need to slow down. We're trying to put things out there, and sometimes I burn through stuff and I check off marks and they don't do that, and then they get shipped out and I have to reship it. And so we lose money because we lost the labor on it. We lost the confidence in the customer that we could do our job right, and we lost the shipping on it. So this one is a big one for me. Big one for me. Even though we have all these orders, I need to slow down to make sure that they're all correct before they go out. Some other examples of this, is an artist started using, the 10-second rule before hitting print. They're reviewing every file name, every size, and the orientation. And they cut the reprints in half during the busiest week of the year. Why? Because they had that system in place. Another printer built just a simple checklist for each order: artwork approved, color checked, size confirmed, everything verified. Okay, it slowed the first job of the day by 5 minutes, but it saved hours over the season. So, for this action step, right, we need to create a quick pre-production checklist. Every 5 items, or even 5 items, and just keep it taped next to your computer, your press, your printer, and just make sure that we're using it every single time on stuff. All right. Next up, there it is. Where'd you go? There it goes. Okay. Next up is let's communicate before there's a crisis. All right. Now, most customers' frustration, those come from silence, not mistakes. When orders are running behind, or supplies are delayed, customers handle it way, way better if they hear it from you first, because communication builds trust, even when the news is not perfect. That quick message that can really prevent a bad review, a refund demand, or that awkward conversation later. The earlier that you communicate, the more control you have over expectations. And people really do appreciate honesty, especially this time of year during the chaos of the holidays. you know think of communication as your customer service and insurance. Doesn't cost you anything, but those few extra minutes that can really save your reputation. So some examples of this is a shirt maker emailed their customers mid-season saying orders placed after December 8th may arrive after Christmas. It cut her stress in half because buyers respected the honesty and ordered early. Another designer texted their client updates when back orders hit, explaining, "Hey, I want to keep everything perfect for you and not be rushed." Not one customer complained. In fact, several thanked her for transparency. So for this action step is we just need to draft one busy season update, and that message, we do that now so that it's ready before the delays happen. And you're gonna thank yourself later for that. So number three is let's set a quality control stop point. The faster you go, the more likely that you're going to miss something small. And small mistakes can ruin expensive blanks. So build in a pause before you ship, bag, or box anything. That 10-second review, now is going to beat hours of labor later. When you're tired, your eyes will lie to you. Colors blur together, lines blur together, designs look straight when they're not. Suddenly, customer's name is Brain instead of Brian. Having a dedicated checkpoint between production and packing really keeps you honest to yourself. Even if you work alone, just create a second look process. It can be you, it can be your partner, it can even be taking a picture with your phone and looking at that. That's where I catch a lot of things at is pictures. Um, So some examples of this is laser engraver created a photo proof system. They snap a picture of each finished picture before each finished piece before boxing it up. Reviewing those photos, those help catch their alignment errors before the customer did. That's what I've had to do on things. Take pictures so I can look at it there because I can find it in there, not real life. Weird, right? Another one, they were team printing hoodies. They set up a finish rule. Nothing leaves the table until two people signed off on it. Their holiday remake rate dropped to nearly zero. They have two people checking it. So action step for this is just add one mandatory pause before shipping or bagging to visually verify your work. So we got to do. And then we just build that into the workflow so it becomes a habit and not a hope. All right. Before we get on to 4 and 5, let's go back and we'll keep checking in and seeing how we have going here for it there. If we missed anything, nope, cheating refs already there. Let's see. Uh, Trinda, good morning to you. I think I missed that one too. Let's see. Congrats on that. We got that one for license. Uh, we're upgrading from 5 extra $100 work for the license. Yeah, because that's what it is. It's on the new one where the license for that. I think I answered that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was on there. Jerry says, I like checklists. They help me a lot. Checklists help me so much. Pasha says that I have a checklist that I put on the front of the order page, and that has helped me so much, especially when I do personalized items or I have to order things. Checklist, man. Checklist. One of the other creators shared a checklist with me. It has saved me a few times. I'm telling you, that checklist can save your butt. All right, number 4 is let's organize your chaos because during the rush, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your organization. That cluttered blanks area, the messy stuff over there that you're like, I'm not paying attention to it. What does that do? Some unnecessary stress, right? Because what happens? You're starting to hunting for things, and every minute, hunting for tape or vinyl is just one less minute that you have for pressing and packing. And so, even the most creative maker, they need some kind of system. That does not mean perfection. It just means predictability. That's all. So keep your tools in reach, your blanks sorted, and your orders labeled. You can't avoid busy, but you can control the clutter. When everything has a place, you move with confidence instead of with panic. So some examples of this is a sublimation shop, color coded bins by status order, waiting, printing, ready to ship. And it turned that chaos into flow and cut production errors in half. Another DTF business owner, they labeled every box with barcodes and tied it to Shopify orders. No more lost transfers, no more double shipping. Their crew finally stopped yelling across the shop. Where is this? And so, action step for this is let's just, takes a few minutes, before the workday starts, just organize your most used tools and supplies. Those small resets, those pay big when things get crazy. That's why we now have tweezers everywhere. Took care of that last week after the scissor debacle. So why we have scissors everywhere, because I am prone to losing scissors. The most common used tools, we have multiples where we need them. And number 5, let's just remember this, okay? Remember, you are human. You're not a machine. At least not yet, right? The holidays, they are going to push every single button you have, both literally and emotionally. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to run late. You're going to snap at someone you love. Hate to say it, but it's normal, right? Now, what's not normal is expecting perfection when you're exhausted. The best way to keep your business running, well, you need to take care of the person running it. Rest, I don't care what anybody says, it's not laziness, it's maintenance, right? We've said this time and time again. You cannot pour creativity, kindness, and precision from an empty cup. When you give yourself grace, you protect the joy that made you start the business in the first place. So just take a breath, eat a cookie, maybe try going to bed before midnight once in a while. Your sanity, that is really a big part of your business plan. So, some examples of this is a small shop owner started taking a 20 break for dinner every night instead of eating at the press. So it completely changed their energy for the late night orders. You know, Another couple we know that run a print shop, they sent one rule: no talking about orders after 8 p.m. Their communication and their turnaround time both improved. So, for this action step, we just need to schedule one non negotiable break in your workday, even if it's just a 10-minute stretch, breathe, or laugh. And you need to protect your peace like it's an order, like it is part of production. Yep, 10:30, we're taking a break. That's it. No questions asked. That's what we're doing for it. So, to recap and how we can make this a merry, merry time and not a mistakey time, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to slow down to speed up. We are going to communicate before there's a crisis. We are going to set a quality control stop point. We're going to organize our chaos. And we're going to remember that we are human, not machines. Now, the holidays, they can really, really, really test your patience and your process, but they can also prove your professionalism. When you slow down, when you stay honest, and when you protect your energy, you don't just survive the season, you really start to thrive in it. Because the best part of making merry is remembering that you matter too. Now, that's what we got for you today. As we wrap up into Wednesday, we're talking about the festive follow-up, turning those holiday buyers into lifelong fans. That's what we're talking about Wednesday. Tomorrow night, Tuesday with Todd, we're going to do some stone pressing. Corey's going to Corey's going to take care of that. We've got new stuff that's come out. We got, we did the Mr. Claus, one last year. We did Santa, and we got Mrs. Claus that we'll do this week. This week. We've got some new word designs coming. We've got some new nutcracker designs coming. You logged in over the weekend and saw us live. Saw some of those coming. So lots of things coming up on tomorrow night, Tuesday with Todd, and possibly a wizard launch. So let's see, but any other questions, comments, concerns before we check out from there? Let's see. Could we possibly post our checklist? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Help out those that don't have it. And sometimes we'll even look at others like, oh, yeah, didn't think about that. Oh, yeah, didn't think about that. My stop time is usually dinner time, and then I'm done. Yes and no for us. Like, stop time here, but then it's like grab the laptop and it could be working, it could be watching something on TV, but a lot of time that's like my research time or mock-up time or things like that. So I can do them both at the same time. So I get it. I get it. I get it. Yes, have you shared that in the group? Lisa asked. Don just answered my question. Yes, share it, share it, share it, share it. Put it over in the group. And that's the crafting group for those that don't know. Crafting with Rhinestones Vinyl, which I really think that needs a name change. I don't really say, I think it says who we are. What do you think about that? Change that group name. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Okay. So with that, we'll wrap up today. Tuesday with Todd tomorrow night. We'll be back Wednesday. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, we can't do this without you. So make sure to like and subscribe and share and do all those things. So until next time, peace, love, press on, and we will see you then.